hello Trojans, good afternoon and a happy new year. Maria Carter Ewald here, your Community Recreation and Relations Director for Woodmere Lake Public Schools. I'm excited to bring you the first program spotlight of 2018. We are going to be featuring the Woodmere Lake Community Recreation Swim Team, the WLCR Waves. I am joined here today by our head coach, Ben Newcomb, and one of our loyal swim team parents, Jeff Lorenz. We're just going to chat about, what the program is about, what swimmers can expect, the benefits of swimming, all things WLCR Waves. So I guess we'll just kind of jump right into it. Remember, guys, if you have any specific questions for either of my guests today or for myself, go ahead and post those in the comments below, and we'll address those at the end of the broadcast. All right, well, thanks so much for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
I'm excited to learn more about Community Rec Swim Team and share it with our viewers. So I guess, Ben, let's just dive right into it. So tell me about the Waves program.
Well, Woodmere Lake has had this awesome community swim team since 2011, and I started coaching in the summer of 2013. We're a team that is up and coming. We're starting to get more competitive since I took over the team in 2013, and we're looking to take things to the next level a little bit.
Okay, fantastic. So what age groups are on the swim team?
The swim team hosts swimmers of all ages almost. We have swimmers as young as 5. We have some swimmers who are in high school who are 17, 18 years old, and everything that's in between.
So per league rules, it's like 5 to 18?
5 to 18.
Okay, perfect. All right. And do you have to be a Woodmere Lake Public School student to participate?
You do not have to be part of Woodmere Lake Public Schools. In fact, I'd probably say the majority of our swimmers are actually from the more surrounding areas. We have a number of swimmers from South Lyon, Pinckney, Brighton, Ann Arbor, who drive and commute to us because of what we offer.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So what would you say so for people looking at different sports, what is the benefit of swimming that's kind of unique to the sport?
The biggest benefit of swimming as opposed to other team sports is that it's a lot more life skill based. It's low impact, which means that the swimmers can take these skills and they're swimmers for life. And that's really one of the things that we want to push. If you're not as competitive or you want to be competitive or do something that's going to be more low impact than running all the time, which can be wearing on the knees very often, swimming is a lot more low impact for that reason. It's a much more life skill based exercise, and it's the new year. It's something that you can do basically year round. Michigan has a lot of indoor pools and even outdoor pools. It's fun to swim out in the lake. We're at Whitmore Lake after all, but you can go out there, you can exercise, and it's great for all ages.
Okay, fantastic. So, and it's not uncommon, I know a lot of our high school athletes say they run cross country in the fall, but they don't have a winter sport.
Right.
The swim team's a great option for them off season to kind of stay fit, good cardiovascular
And again,
workout.
it's much more low impact. A lot of those runners, what I've found with my experience as a high school teacher, is they'll run indoor track. Well, I'm going to run indoor track instead, and then they have a lot of knee issues, especially towards the end of their senior year or later in life. Swimming is a lot more low impact, so it doesn't have as much wear and tear on your shoulders, on your knees as other sports do. So that's why I really recommend swimming as an alternative for an off-season sport.
So it's a lot of individual performance, but what would be the benefit, would you say, of being part of a swim team?
Being part of a swim team instead of just going and swimming on your own or just doing laps on your own, first thing is you can make sure you're doing it right. Like I said, swimming is low impact, but if you're not going to be doing the skills correctly, it can actually lead to some issues later on their own. So you can have that feedback, you can have that support with me and my other 2 coaches, Autumn Brown and Mariah Laurel and Wagner. We're really focused on making sure that the swimmers are excelling, doing what they have to do to be successful, and again, build those life skills.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
So, also with what Ben's saying, with it being low impact for our kids, they play multiple sports. So some of our kids dance, some of our kids play basketball, and being able to swim at the same time, so they're not getting that constant impact all the time, but they're still building their cardiovascular base is a huge thing for us.
Yeah. And Jeff, how many kids do you have on our swim team?
We have 3 kids currently on the swim team, a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 8-year-old.
Okay.
And probably we'll be adding a 5-year-old at some point in the next year or so.
Exciting.
So.
All right. And what led you guys to get involved with our program?
Well, like Ben said, swimming is such a life skill. It's something that you're going to be around water all of your life. We want our kids to be really strong swimmers, And lessons are great, but they get a little boring for kids at some point.
Yeah.
So being able to have that camaraderie of the swim team and learn the life skill is, really important for us.
Okay, great. So Ben, say I'm a first-time swimmer, coming to my first practice. I'm a little nervous. I want to know what to expect. What is a swim team practice like? Like, what can they expect during that time?
Well, especially for the new swimmers, our practices are only about an hour long, and more than half of that is usually going to be focusing again on those skills. It's going to be focusing on, all right, are you doing your arm position correctly? Are you kicking well? Are you breathing appropriately? So that way we can make sure that it's not as overwhelming for first-time swimmers or first-year swimmers. And gradually as the season goes on, we start building in some of that extra endurance, some of the longer swim sets to make sure that we can, again, build up that cardio. Because, again, we want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing first and has those skill bases down before we start throwing those longer distances at them. Because we want them to be successful and we want them to be fast, but at the same time, if you're not doing it correctly, you're not going to be fast anyways.
So it's like any other sport, it's a combination of endurance and skill development.
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. So is our team, like, what is the type of swimmer that you think succeeds the most? Is it just for really serious swimmers? Is it for novice swimmers?
The thing that I like about our swim team is I say that we are competitive light. The focus for myself and the other coaches really is, all right, what is best for this swimmer in particular? If they want to be successful, if they want to be super competitive, we can push them in that way. And if they're more coming along because they're there with their friends, they're more for the social experience, which is definitely a part of it. We have several swimmers who are just social swimmers and are there to hang out with their friends and work on this skill together. That's fine too. And we as coaches, our job is to make sure every swimmer is there doing what they want to do and being successful in their own way. So we are really good about pushing more competitive swimmers as well as first-time swimmers just trying to figure it out the first time. We can work with them and make sure that they are successful and they're having a good time as well.
Okay,
And
fantastic.
that's one of the things that we love most about the swim team is because of our 3 kids on the team, 2 are more competitive, more driven, 1 is more social. So, but they all love the swim team. They all love the camaraderie. And I think that's one of the things that swim teams offer is, especially at meets and stuff, in between your events, you get to just have fun with your friends. So it builds up that camaraderie, that community of swim team, which is really nice.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great. So how much of a time commitment would you say swim team is? Because we get a lot of that. You know, parents, you guys are running to dance, you're
Yeah.
running to soccer, you're running everywhere. How much of a time commitment is this program?
One of the biggest things I'm consistently hearing from parents is that they appreciate how flexible we are with our scheduling. Again, swimming is one of those sports where you take out what you put into it. So of course, me as the coach, I'm going to say you want to come to as many practices as you can. But we also understand that this is sometimes not their first commitment. As we've talked about already, dance, soccer, other sports as well. We're working around other schedules. So as long as we're seeing them once or twice a week, you're going to see improvement because again, the coaching staff here is very skilled and knows what we have to do to make a kid successful. But if you want to push yourself and be more competitive, obviously I'm going to say come more practices. And if this is more of a social experience, you can sign up and take 1 or 2 practices a week and still be successful and still have a good experience that way as well.
And that's one of the things that we appreciate about the program in general is that it's not an all or nothing. You don't have to be there 4 or 5 days a week. You can come twice a week. You can come once a week, whatever you're available to do. And some of our kids want to be there more. Some of them want to be there less. And we really appreciate that the program lets us do that.
Definitely, that's great. Now, is it a year-round program?
So I would say our main seasons are the fall and winter seasons. That's when we're competing with the Southern Michigan Swim League, SMSL, and that's when we're competing against teams like Chelsea and Brighton and Pinckney. But it is a year-round sport. We have spring clinics that we offer. We have what I would refer to as our fun season in the summer, where we compete in a league called WISC, the Washtenaw Inter-Club Swim Conference. It's a couple club teams in the Washtenaw County area, which is still that competitiveness, but again, our major focus for our true competitive seasons are fall and winter with SMSL.
Yeah, so we have Spring Splash that you guys do in like the March, April-ish season where it's a really good, if you're thinking about swim team, it's a good kind of chance to, no pun intended, get your feet wet.
Yeah. Spring Splash is great too, especially if you're a swimmer or a prospective swimmer, you're not quite sure what practice is going to be like, you want to come try it out, we have several new swimmers every year who come in, try it out, and then they're usually signing up with us in the following fall or signing up with us right away in the following summer. So if you're definitely interested in swim team and you're not quite sure about the time commitment or how competitive you want to be with it, Spring Splash would be the perfect time.
Have you guys participated in the summer season?
We've done all the seasons.
All the seasons,
Yeah,
okay.
and they're nice because they offer different things. Like Ben said, in the summer, the kids get to swim outside, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit different than in the fall and winter. So it's a lot of
That
fun
is
for the kids to
fun.
have the different experiences.
Mhm.
And this summer, we're actually going to be offering something entirely new. We're started doing a diving clinics, not with me personally, but a diving coach from the Pinckney area. And some of my swimmers are doing that as well as swimming, and they're having a blast with it. So I cannot speak highly enough of our diving program. And this summer, we're going to be competing with diving. That's one of the things that the Summer League also offers,
Yeah.
is there's diving competition. And we don't have that during the fall and winter right now, but definitely this summer, if you're interested in trying out diving, then that's your best chance for it.
That's exciting to see how the program continues to grow. About how many kids would you say are on the team currently?
We have around 40 kids registered at the moment, and I'm going to constantly push that swimming as a competition is a warm body sport, so we definitely need as much support as we can possibly get. I would say 40 kids is actually a relatively small amount of swimmers for some of the teams that we go up against.
Okay.
So if you're interested in swimming, definitely come try it out. I can guarantee it'll be a good time, and again, more people, it'll make our team even more successful than we've already been.
So Jeff, for parents that are kind of on the fence about signing their kids up for a swim team, what would be some feedback or advice you would give them?
I would say do it. Sign them up, give it a try, or just talk to one of you guys
Yeah.
and come for a couple practices to see if you like it. I can guarantee you that the kids will love it because all the kids on the team are great. Our kids have had nothing but great experiences with everyone. The older kids encourage the younger kids, and everyone just has a great time.
Fantastic.
There aren't any bad kids on the team, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we are more than welcome to provide trials if you guys are, if anyone's interested in coming checking out practices, and we have actually a good opportunity coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're going to be hosting a pool party. It's not just for swim team members only, it's open to anybody, so if you're interested in coming and talking with us more one-on-one, you want to come talk with me and some of the other coaches, see what it's all about, definitely come out tomorrow at 6:30 for a free pool party. I know we've offered popcorn in the past too. You guys can come, you can splash around. If you're interested, you can come and talk with me and my other coaches, and we can work on that. I also want to plug our swim lessons here. If you're interested, one of our coaches, Autumn Brown, does private lessons herself. So if you're not quite sure if you're up to the skill base for trying out swimming or where you're at, you want to try something else before coming in, you want to be more competitive, I'd highly recommend her as well because quite a few of her swim lessons have moved up and decided to join swim team as well.
Great. Are you guys going to be at the pool party tomorrow?
I think some of the kids will
Some
be
of the
there.
kids?
Yeah,
Okay,
looks like
great.
we got basketball as well.
Yeah,
so.
you guys got a lot
Yeah.
going on.
There you
That's great. Ben, tell me specifically, I know you guys had some kind of monumental moments this past season. Do you want to share those with
Sure.
us as well?
So this season was far and away our most successful season ever. When I took over the team in 2013, I made the decision that, all right, what we want to do is be a little bit more successful every season. And that means getting bigger teams, dropping times, getting faster. And every season since I took over in 2013, we have scored more points in our championship meets, we've won more dual meets, and then this season was by far our most successful ever. We went undefeated in our regular season, we scored more points ever at our championship meet, and we placed 6th overall against 12 very strong teams with SMSL. So I cannot speak highly enough of our swimmers and our coaching staff here. We've had a very successful run, and we're looking forward to continuing it in the new year.
That's so exciting. Congratulations. That's fantastic. I guess just tell us a little, we haven't really got to know you a little bit, Ben. Tell us a little bit about kind of your background in swimming and all that good stuff.
So, my personal background, I was an age group swimmer myself. I started competing when I was 8, and I grew up in the system and competed year-round with swimming. I swam all 4 years for Southline High School, so I competed at the high school level. But with that year-round swimming, I felt that I was burnt out at the end of it. So instead of competing at Grand Valley State as a swimmer, I actually played water polo there all 4 years instead. And so I was still competing at a national level with Grand Valley State. We actually won our conference one of the years that we were there as well. And then when I got out of it, I was done competing. I wanted to decide what I wanted to do, and of course, coaching fell into my lap right away. I wanted to do it. I'm a teacher as well, so I want to work with kids as much as possible. And then I started coaching here in 2013. I could not be more excited, more happy about my experiences here, because one of my things is I wanted Whitmore Lake to have a swim program. My family moved out in the area, and it was school of choice. I was a swimmer at that time. Whitmore Lake did not have a high school swim team, so I wanted to have that be something that I offered here as well. And we're growing as a team. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to keep going and keep providing this service.
Fantastic. Well, we're happy to have you. And we do want to mention that we now do have a high school swim team too. So any swimmers that are Whitmore Lake Public School students that go through our program and want to continue swimming at the high school level, we have a co-op high school swim team that's co-ed during this time of year for those students grades 9 through 12 that is a varsity sport. So that's pretty exciting. You kind of see the momentum of the program that couldn't happen without our coaches, our parent support. It's fantastic. So we're really excited. So anything else to add?
One thing I'd like to add is I'd like to honor Ben and Mariah specifically. They put the swimmers first, and one of the things that my wife and I really appreciated was our oldest son has been very competitive all along. And we had asked Mariah and Ben about, his ability to possibly swim at a college level at some point in the future. And they, said, yeah, he might need a different, program in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got him swimming for 2 swim teams right now. And the reason that I appreciate them so much is Jacob loves this team so much that he wouldn't give up swimming here. So while he's swimming for them, he's also continuing to swim here. And while our other 2 children swim here as well. So we just really appreciate that they put the swimmers first, not what they're able to get out of for points or whatever. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
That's great. Okay. Anything else to add, Ben?
I'm just excited for starting up another season, and look forward to hopefully seeing you guys either here tomorrow or next week for our parent meeting.
Yeah. So the winter season kicks off next week.
Yes.
Correct. Even though the early fish deadline has passed, we're going to go ahead and put a coupon code in the comment section to waive that late fee. So if you are interested in registering, we'll put that link there as well. So you can go ahead and get registered. We'll waive that late fee. Or if you want to join us tomorrow at this beautiful pool that is like 82 degrees, so it might be a nice break from the Michigan weather, you can head out here tomorrow, 6:30 till 8. For a pool party that is sponsored by the Whitmore Lake Community Rec Waves. You guys can meet the coaches, fellow parents, fellow swimmers, get to know the program a little bit more, and you can sign up tomorrow as well, and we'll happily waive that late fee for any new swimmers too. So do we have any comments or questions? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't have any, we don't have any questions right now, but if anything comes up when you're watching this later, feel free to post it. We'll respond and get you the information you are looking for. But in the meantime, have a great day, Trojans, and we'll see you later.